Do a car review. Brand new MC20 here. I've noticed the doors open up wider than my McLaren. I've got a 765 there. I've got 4 765s. It's actually my favorite car. I think it's the fastest car. It's not the best car, but it's the fastest. A lot of people say, oh no, this is faster. I saw a drag race on this channel. Bollocks. Off the line has traction issues, but once the 765 is moving, it will piss on anything below Kernenberg and Begay. There. Start. Now this car has a race exhaust. We have a Caprista race exhaust already installed, so it sounds better than the normal MC20 would. Let me see what else I can ask the car to do. I want to listen to some radio.
So are we build a house?
Not bad. It feels super soft. The steering's super light. It's in GT mode and it's in auto. The suspension feels soft. It literally feels like a Yaris. Not in a bad way. I guess when you have it in GT automatic, that's what you want. It feels completely like a normal car. It doesn't feel anything special about it really at all. Trip, compass, map. Hold the menu to close map. Okay. Yeah, trip, compass, map. And what about this side? Boost, torque. You got tire temperature sensors, which is nice. McLaren has that also, as you can tell if you have, doesn't show the actual temperature like it does on McLaren, but it says if the tires are cold or hot. They're blue or cold. Tire pressures. So it's got all the basic shit that every car has. I'm gonna take it out of manual. I'm gonna take it out of automatic now, put it in manual. The steering is a lot stiffer when you put it in sport. When it's in GT, it's really soft. For anyone out there who actually has supercars, I'll explain how it feels. Like, the steering is very similar to the Huracan in regards to when it's in Strada, it's very soft and super easy, and then when you put it in Corsa, it really stiffens up. It reminds me of the Huracan. It's exactly like that. As for the suspension, we've got it in sport now. We've got a few bumps to go over. We're in Romania where the roads are awful, so you feel every bump. So not only does this screen control your roof, your heated seats, your climate control, your radio, it also has your Apple CarPlay all on one screen. So if you think you're going to be just driving along, dealing with all those buttons, it's a nightmare. You need buttons for basic stuff. The roof should have a button. I shouldn't have to leave Apple CarPlay to deal with the roof. They have like shortcuts here at the top, I can already tell, like this is supposed to be a shortcut to find the roof. But then how do I get back to Apple CarPlay? This is what I mean, I don't know how to go back. Yeah, screen has too much on it. You can get used to it probably, but has too much on it. Let's see what the sound system sounds like. Who makes a sound system? Sonus Faber. Never heard of them? Probably trash.
Me not fi kill your bad mind, I go kill you. Me not fi kill your grudgeful, I go kill you. Me not fi kill your envy, I go kill you. Real warrior, no one see you. Now
like happy music.
Man sit down and them a plan now my hurt you. Make them know say you bless them can't curse you. Show you a lead them a try to reverse you. Number one, who know them can't first you. Never want the past of the church you. It's when the real warriors them woulda dirt you. For the dirty iniquity where you work you. Mean say you make mama sorry.
Adequate, I guess. But you know what? The Bugatti sound system was so bad, I had to put a custom system in my Bugatti. The sound system on a Bugatti is so bad, you have to put in a custom system. I had to upgrade my Bugatti sound system because music was, you couldn't even listen to it. That's how bad it was on a Bugatti. Turbo sounds squeaky. There was squeaking then. There's no lag on the turbo, to be fair. It does kick straight away. So all my cars are good for different things. If I had to race on a track, 765. If I had to drive across Europe, but the roads were really good, let's say through the Dolomites in Italy, 812. if I had to drive to a business meeting in Monaco, well, then I'd take the Bugatti, which is a lot more than it's a GT, the Bugatti. It's not a race car. Or an Aston Martin. Take my DB12, or my Vanquish S, or my DBS. If I had to go to Stuttgart to meet Stefan Strauss to have a conversation regarding financial instruments of something else boring in German, and I had a nice long boring motorway drive to Stuttgart, I'd take my 911. If I want to do donuts and be an idiot, or take my children somewhere, you can do both. I take my M5 I have. So like, my Rolls Royce is just for around town, when you can't be asked to drive, but you have to drive. They're all good at different things. But I don't know what this is good at yet. Can't find anything. I'm very sure this doesn't have four-wheel steering, but it kind of feels a little bit like it has four-wheel steering a little bit when you turn into corners going quickly. It kind of feels like, oh shit, it turned in quicker than you expected. Look at this nice lake here. It looks nice, I guess. I don't even think it looks particularly beautiful, to be honest. I'm starting to get really bitter towards this car. I've gone from neutral to, nah, I don't like it. Now I've driven it, I just don't really like it very much. Positivity sells, they say. But, no, I'm not a fan. We're gonna try it out a little bit more. Try and convince myself I haven't wasted all my money. Let's see. I just opened the boot. I double pressed the boot button and the back opened. And now I'm confused. I thought the boot would be at the front, because I thought this was a mid-engine supercar. So now I'm going to see what's at the front, which I guess might be front engine. So I have to find a way to open the front. Does this button do it? What's this button do? How do you open the front trunk on an MC20? There. More boot. It's tiny though, like it's only this deep, so you can't put anything in it. So the engine, something must be underneath here. We have a tire kit and first aid kit. We're definitely gonna need this soon. They know we're about to blow this car up. Let's just hope the front isn't on fire because we can't get to this. So that's useless because it's about that deep. And then we have the boot at the back. Let me show you. You could fit a suitcase, maybe. A small one. Better a duffel bag. Yeah. So if they're going to make it GT-ish, it hasn't even got boot space. An 812 is a GT with a lot of boot space, which when you put it in race, is a lot more aggressive than this anyway. You lose, Maserati. You lose. So it's been 2 weeks since I first tested the MC20. I put a body kit on it and I've upgraded it. It looks a million times better. I feel like when you drive a car and you give it a review, you really need a bit more time than a couple hours to give an overall feeling for it. First impressions count, of course. But I can't remember exactly what I said and what I mentioned and what I didn't. So we're gonna kind of start again. And I feel like I haven't been completely fair to the car because I've yet to put it in Corsa race mode. Because I want it in race mode with the best suspension and gearbox and exhaust, etc. But I want to keep the ESC on. But for some reason in this car, if you put it in Corsa, you have to lose the ESC, which is fine. I can turn the ESC off and drive without it. But in other cars, if you put it in track or race, you don't have to automatically turn off all of your electronic stability controls, etc. But this car, you seem to. So we're going to drive it in Corsa mode, which you have to hold down on the button to get to change. We have no electronic stability control. So see how that works out. And this is the maximum this car can do. There's also something else about this car which is extremely frustrating. I mentioned it before, but it's super annoying. When you brake, and you don't really have to brake that hard, the hazards come on. And you're really not braking that hard for a supercar. Like the Ferrari, the McLaren, it doesn't happen. But in this car, if you half use the brakes, the hazards come on. And I can't seem to turn off that function. Maybe there is a way to turn it off. But it's very frustrating and annoying. I don't want them to come on. That should be toggleable. I don't know if it is. So this is the hardest car. I gave it a hard time. It just feels a bit... Was I too mean? I don't think I was. I think I'm a fair, nice man. It just feels a bit soft. Brakes feel a bit soft. Gearbox feels a bit soft. Looks gorgeous. Looks amazing. With my upgrades, of course. I can take full credit for that. The brakes squeak a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just a little bit. This was Maserati's big comeback. I expected a machine. Don't know. Maybe I'm a drama, maybe I'm a diva, maybe I'm hard to impress, I'm not sure. The mirror is a camera, which is kind of cool. That should become standardized by now. I mean, how much is a camera? 10 bucks. They should install cameras on all of them. The mirror being a camera is cool. I like that because all the supercars have terrible back visibility anyway, including this one. So I don't know why they don't just make that standardized across all supercars. So that's something positive going for the car. Let's speak about the good things. Looks amazing. Mirror's a camera. Is that it? Has a glove box, but it's tiny, but at least it has one. It's trying. Pretty easy to get in and out of. Pretty spacious cabin, I guess, overall. It just doesn't excite me to drive for some reason. This is why it's dangerous to drive in Romania. Roads like this will tell you exactly why it's dangerous to drive in Romania. A nice straight road, trees on both sides. You're hammering down here. No speed limit signs, no warning signs, no stop signs, no give way signs, nothing. You're just driving along, and all of a sudden, it interjects with oncoming traffic out of nowhere. Luckily, I know where, because I've driven it before. But look, hammer it down this road, and then you get here. So you have oncoming traffic here. No giveaway sign here, nothing. You keep hammering it down this road, 250 kilometers per hour. You end up hitting this railroad track, which of course you don't see coming, too fast. And you come, and the cars come from here on the right, and they sideswipe you, and you die. In fact, they even put a Jesus statue here, just to try and hope you stand a chance. Typical Romania. I think you're supposed to give way here, but nobody does. They just come around the bend and keep going, because to them they feel like it's their road, and here you feel like it's your road. But there's a whole bunch of crashes here. I've seen them before, where people keep going too fast down this road and something comes out this way. She is a beautiful car. I'll give it to her. She's good looking. She is good looking. Good looking, just rubbish in bed. One of them. People ask me why I buy cars I've never tested and that I probably won't like. And I want to state this without arrogance. Cruising around as Batman in electric mode. This is actually I'm very surprised. I like